Generation Zero, a game first released on the 19th of March 2019. That is 6 years ago today at the time of releasing this video, and it has been one hell of 6 years. It's been brilliant. I have built this channel around Generation Zero and Systemic Reaction, Avalanche, and all of the stuff that they've done for the game over those 6 years. Now, granted, it wasn't always a good 6 years. There was ups and downs, peaks and troughs, if you will, and it wasn't always the greatest, but I think overall the good outweighs the bad. Now, today isn't any sort of specific video, it is just a sort of happy birthday and looking back over the last 6 years of Generation Zero. I do have some plans of some detailed stuff coming in the future, but Generation Zero has taken a very big backseat on the channel, and we're pushing forward with a lot more survival stuff. I think every now and then we'll do a sort of anniversary video, or potentially some form of stream. Before we carry on, look at the graph. 92.1% of viewers are not subscribed to the channel, with just 7.9% being subscribed. Those are rookie numbers. We got to get those numbers up. So I'd appreciate it if you are enjoying the channel and the content that we make. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more survival content. Now, I first started this channel at the very beginning of 2019, or towards the very end of 2018, and my first videos were Resident Evil speedruns and sort of tips and tricks and playthroughs, and they didn't really do too well. And then I found one game that worked absolute wonders for me, and that was Generation Zero. I wasn't part of the playtests or the beta. It was in beta for around about 6 months before it actually released in March of 2019. And it was a good beta run. There was loads and loads of constructive feedback. Lots of people put their thoughts and feelings into the game and communicated that with the developers. And the released product was phenomenal. Generation Zero was a great game back at the beginning. It was bare bones, it was basic, and I think that's what a lot of people loved it for. That quality of just having a shitty little one-crown pistol surviving against these ruthless machines. Coming up against your first bunch of runners at the lumber factory was absolutely terrifying, but at the same time so exhilarating. And I still remember my first time doing that. Now, some of the background footage that you can see is the very original gameplay. And those, I think, were some of the best days for the game, back when it was just bare bones. Then slowly things started to get introduced to make it a little bit more arcadey than a sort of survival horror sort of game. It was never really meant to be a survival horror game, but it did have the ambience and the feel of something terrifying and something creepy going on, which was absolutely amazing. I've done over 500 videos on Generation Zero over the past 6 years, and all of those have been so different. Everything has changed so much since the game initially launched. Things have moved along with experimental weapons, reapers, base building, and as I mentioned, it has become a lot more arcadey than that original sort of scary horror experience that we were first presented with back in 2019. And the first video I ever did was on the 26th of March 2019. To date, that has 20,000 views. And Jesus, yeah, I'm not going to say I'm great now, but I sound weird. Check this out.
So that was not the greatest start. I had a look at a couple of the reviews before I bought it. I only bought it today, and they were quite mixed. I watched the trailer and just wanted to play it. I'm quite excited. Just want to see what we got to do. Loot, weapons, collectibles. Okay, that's quite cool. Comes at telling you what there is. What's that noise? It's quite creepy in the dark. If something's going to jump out, I get a bit jumpy and nervous. I might scream. I don't want to search the police car for ammo, not yet. I want to search the house first. Oh, F is your flashlight, okay. Tried to call you at home, probably rush the station. Okay. Pick up the flashlight, search the police car, pick up the 2 first aid kits, look in the house. Alright, we're looking in the house. Okay, they're the first aid kits. Equipment slot. Alright. What is that? Oh. I've got no ammo though. It's quite creepy in the dark. No! Turn the lights on, I'm scared. Ah, yes, binoculars and a map. I'm gonna need those. I don't know if there is actually a storyline to this or whether it's just little things you've... It's just surviving. I'm not too sure. Loot 1 of 4. Newspaper. Okay, it's great, but I need some ammo. Anything on the roof? No? Okay. Alright, let's go back downstairs. So we got to search the police car. I think. I don't know if you can drive the cars on this or not. Oh yes, I want to take all. I don't know how the space works either. Whether you can run out or not. Right, let's go search this police car. That looks so eerie up there. It looks creepy as fuck, man. And something's gonna happen, innit? I'm gonna get like munched or something.
So yeah, things have changed a hell of a lot since then. I've got better equipment, I play a lot more diverse games now, and we cover loads. My initial gameplay playthrough was 38 episodes long, totaling 29 hours, roughly, anyway. And those 30 hours, just playing the game in that original sense, I wish we could do that again. I wish we could start that again and have that fresh from scratch, because that was the defining experience of Generation Zero, back when it was more creepy and everything was really, really difficult. But now when you're at endgame, you're taking on all of these other machines, you've got all the better weaponry, better gear, and all of that arcadey type stuff, things are a lot easier now. And as we all know, the game has finished development, so there's not going to be any changes. With things like crafting and base building coming in, those things were good, but they didn't fit Generation Zero. Now, they do have a new program called Frontrunners. This is Avalanche themselves, the parent company of Systemic Reaction. And what that is going to be is yet to be seen. I'm part of the Frontrunners program. I have had a little bit of a test on their new game, and it is under NDA, so I can't really say anything other than that. But looks quite cool. It's not Generation Zero. It's not Generation Zero 2. It is something different. So the people that did want to see more GZ, unfortunately, I think that ship has sailed. It would be nice if there was an indie studio that picked something up like this and made it more sort of survival and horror like the original experience was than what it came to be towards the end. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. Mods, I think, are a great thing, and there's not really that many out there for Generation Zero, though, which is a shame. I think if there was a lot more mods out there, the game would continue to thrive for many years to come. But unfortunately, the game numbers have dropped off now, which is understandable. I don't expect people to play around with a 6-year-old game that isn't going to continue to get any updates or any fixes. They did leave the game in a pretty rough state, if I'm completely honest. It wasn't the best. They had a major overhaul to the crafting and all of that systems, and it was a bad update. It completely forced you into doing certain things like the base building, And there was a vast majority of the community that didn't want to do that. So I think they have left it on a bad note. But my memories of Generation Zero are all the good ones, from the beginning of the game, and then those patches that we had in the middle that were really good, like Himfell, like the Phoenix Rising DLC, and then the final DLC that came out to celebrate the end of the game. All of those were good memories and good things to play through. I do think that whether the devs lost the sort of enthusiasm, I'm not 100% sure. The final DLC does not stack up at all to the previous two, like Himfell and Phoenix Rising. They are not comparable. It is a good DLC, but it's just not the same. The storyline was so much better in those original two. It was so much more fun, so much more fluid, and the islands and areas that they took place on, they were a lot more detailed and had a lot more in them in terms of set pieces, machinery, all of that good stuff. Whereas the latest one didn't really have that, which is a shame. But overall, I do think the run of Generation Zero and its legacy is going to be a good one. We still have a Generation Zero Discord. We still have it in my Discord as well. All of the links for those are in the description down below if you want to join the Discord. Also, if you are a fan of Generation Zero and survival games, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan of RPG titles, check out the second channel, Space Cowboy. We're going to be covering Atomfall when that launches in just a week's time. And I'm very excited for that. That launches 2 days before my birthday. No, the day before my birthday. Forgot when my birthday was then. Yeah, launches the day before my birthday, and I'm very, very excited and can't wait to get stuck into that one. We will have some more Generation Zero stuff coming. I'm going to do a full playthrough of the storyline as sort of like a 6 years on. That'll come out next week, so make sure you stick around for that one. For now, though, I'm going to wrap that one up there. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you have, thank you for watching, and thank you for being here for the last 6 years. I really appreciate it, and all of the comments, feedback that I've received over that time. I've been Wired, you've been awesome. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon with some more.